This is Surviving 2 coming to you with another video. Well, hello everyone out there in YouTube land. Ha, I changed that on you. I bet you're wondering, what in the hell have you got now, Ray? Well, y'all remember my chair? I showed it in, it was a couple of videos ago, I think. Whatever. We're not talking about that. That's out of here. I got this. Yeah, this. You kind of saw it in the beginning, but now here it is. So this is going to be a table. Not a bad little size, and it turns out to be a good sized table. I picked this thing up, it's been a week or more ago, something like that. I've had it out testing it and messing with it and everything, and it turns out to be a table once I get it out of this bag, and I'll show you what it looks like here in a minute. But first, let's kind of talk about this. Not a bad bag. It's a ripstop bag, so it should last a pretty good while. The only thing I got a con about on this bag is it needs to have a shoulder strap on the silly thing. That means I got to either stick it under my arm or hand carry it to wherever and whatever I want to do. I can't sling it. So I might solve that problem myself by taking and stitching a short little shoulder strap or something on here, and that way I've got a way of slinging it over my shoulder. Sportneer, if you're listening, if you watch these, put a shoulder strap on this thing. Least you can do. All right, let's pop this thing open and I'll show you what's up. First off, this little thing. This is a stitched catch basin that goes down underneath the table, and I'll show you how that works in a bit. Now, I have seen one con about this thing. I saw one review where one of these little latches ended up ripping out. Now, I don't know what the person put in this, but to me, I wouldn't put anything very heavy in it because it's not made for it. But it is made for light stuff that you could stick in there and put underneath your table, so that way you got it out of the way, but yet it's still handy. And another thing about the bag is there's a divider in the center of this thing. So that way your two halves that belong to the table, this half right here, which is actually the legs and the other stuff that the braces. So anyway, and then you've got the main table portion right here, and it is like an accordion. So what I'm going to do with all my bits and pieces, lay that over there, is I'm going to take all this, we're going to go over here and set it up, and I'll show you what it looks like. So bear with me while I can get up and gather up the pieces, and we'll go over here. Now you see I've got the Sportneer chair, which is a pretty good size for this table. So when you go to work on the table and everything, this chair kind of complements it. If you get a higher chair, it's going to be a little off. The table itself is going to be a little lower. The table hooks onto this accordion style frame, which I had this thing sitting out in a lot of moist area, and I thought, well, okay, it'll get dirty because the moisture that was hitting it and everything else, it got real dirty. And these rivets that are here holding these cross sections together I thought maybe they would end up rusting, but they didn't. So far so good. Now, once you get it like this, you got two little cross arms that fall down into grooves, and they kind of lock in place. Now I'll show you a detail here of the little hole and the little pin that's in the legs itself, the frame. And the two of them have got them made up and kind of snap together, and that's what locks this thing into place. So once you get that done, you're good to go. Now you can take your little basket, and what I do before I put the top on it, I'll clip it into place down here on the legs, so that way it's a little easier. There, get that one going. There we go. Now there's my little storage area that's down below the tabletop itself. And like I say, it's got walls on it, but you know, it's only made of cloth, so you put something real heavy in there, yeah, you got a chance of tearing the thing up. So on the table, I got helpers running around. On the table itself, on the top, there's a flat portion. Let me get it where it opens up. Here at the end of it, this last piece has got a kind of a little notch or something built into it, and the others are flat. So this little portion, there's a notch here, and on these other two, this little groove goes into. So you just take it and push it down, lock it in place, then lay the other pieces down flat, make sure they're flat, and then the back portion locks in place. So here you are, pretty steady right there. You can see that's not really moving a whole heck of a lot at all. It's really nice. I forget the weight limit on it off the top of my head, but I'll go ahead and show you here somewhere on the screen how much it will support. I haven't tried to sit on it because that's just crazy. Although some people do silly stuff. I had a friend that I got a plastic table. He tried to sit on it. So needless to say, that didn't last long. But as far as picking this thing up, yeah, you can kind of pick it up a little bit. You got to be a little careful with it on how it does it, but you can pick it up and work with it. So that's pretty good. And like I say, with the Sportneer chair itself, it puts the table at about the right height where you can work on stuff. It's pretty good sized. I forget the dimensions. I'll give you a dimension for this direction on screen, one for this direction on screen, and then the height. So that way you've got an idea of how much, what the dimensions are for it. Other than that, the only thing that could be susceptible to anything is maybe the UV rays and this plastic on the ends where the hinges are. Yeah, it could go after a period of time, but everything is not going to last forever. So you be careful with it. You use it the way it's intended, and this should be a pretty nice little setup. I'm looking forward to using it more when I'm out camping and all, when I can finally get out there. So, and taking it apart, real simple. You just keep folding it up like that, accordion style, and pull that end off. There that is. Then unclip these clips, which these clips snap on there pretty good. So hold this it should hold this pretty well. There's that. Then these just lift up and swing over and down, and then the thing folds up like that. And then what we'll do is, now that I got it all in hand, we'll go back over here and I'll put it back in the bag and show you how that is, which you should know, but anyway, we'll do it just for grins. Okay, here I am back here. Yep, and what I do, lay that out there where you can see. I generally just lay the bag down, kind of fold it over, and fold once there, fold once there, then there. That's got that thing folded up, and everything else is pretty much already folded up. I'll take and make sure on the divider that's down in here, I'll put one in first. Slide it off into there. Now that divider helps everything to keep from rubbing together. And then I'll stick this on top of it. And the divider is big enough to where it goes like an S pattern inside there. So this all lays pretty flat. Then here's the little basin, whatever you want to call it, the little bag, the tray, there. That's it. And that's all there is to it. Pretty simple. Like I say, the only con I kind of got with this is no shoulder strap. It would be nice to be able to carry this some other way. Yeah, you could probably carry it with this, but why? You know, that's extra strain. The shoulder strap would be a little better. That would be really helpful. So anyway, that's it for the Sportneer table. Picked it up on Amazon, so you can go in there and kind of see what kind of deals you can find. That's it for this time. We'll see you on the next one. Until then, y'all take care out there and be safe. Later.
I want to thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more in the future that I put out, just subscribe. Until then, later.